Hey everybody, welcome to our first episode of WikiHunter, sponsored and created by Become Ungovernable. I'm Sarah Freels. I'm going to be the host of this web show, so settle in because over the course of this web series, we will cover a lot of published documents by WikiLeaks. This is the first web show of this kind dedicated to the content published by WikiLeaks, and hopefully we will be able to correct those misconceptions many Americans have towards WikiLeaks and Julian Assange. The unfounded dislike for Assange and WikiLeaks is the direct result of a massive propaganda campaign created by corrupt politicians and government agencies globally. Each WikiHunter episode aims to correct those slanderous arguments and set the record straight for the public, especially the American public. Every time we witness an injustice and do not act, we train our character to be passive in its presence and eventually lose our ability to defend ourselves and those we love. That quote was by none other than Julian Assange. If this is your first time hearing about Assange or WikiLeaks, some of this may be new to you, some of it may not. I hope not, but if it is your first time, go look this stuff up. Don't just believe what I'm telling you and showing you. Look it up for yourself. I really want to encourage people to learn how to use the website itself because it's got so much content on there. It's truly just amazing. It's amazing. There's really no other way to describe it. Now, I'm going to get into actually how the page is set up, the wikileaks.com, and go through the basics here. But before we go into the in-depth analysis of the publications, let's first talk about who and what WikiLeaks is and what the organization does. WikiLeaks is a multinational media organization and associated library. Plain and simple, WikiLeaks is entirely funded by its publishers, publication sales, and the general public. It was founded in 2016 by Julian Assange. WikiLeaks specializes in the analysis and publication of large data sets of censored or otherwise restricted official materials involving war, spying, and corruption. So they have 10 years on over 10 million documents and associated analysis with absolutely zero retractions. There is no other media organization that has that credibility. None. So it's pretty ironic that a lot of these mainstream media sites slander Assange and try to discredit him because they're doing the jobs that these mainstream media outlets should be doing. So Julian Assange, he refers to WikiLeaks as a giant library of the world's most persecuted documents, and he says they essentially give asylum to these documents. They analyze them and publish them, and along with their analysis as well. So, hold on, glasses fogged up. WikiLeaks has contractual relationships and secure communication paths to more than 100 major media organizations around the world. This gives WikiLeaks sources negotiating power, impact, and technical protections that would otherwise be difficult or impossible to achieve. WikiLeaks and its publishers and journalists have won many awards. I'll just name you some of them. I mean, the list is so long, I can't even name them all. The Economist New Media Award, 2008. The Amnesty New Media Award, 2009. Time Magazine Person of the Year, People's Choice Awards, 2010. The Sam Adams Award for Integrity. The National Union of Journalists, 2011. The Martha Gellhorn Prize. The Voltaire Award for Free Speech. The Privacy International Hero of Privacy Award. the Global Exchange Human Rights People's Choice Award 2013, the Yoko Ono Lenin Courage Award for the Arts 2013. It just goes on and on. So we've established WikiLeaks is a publisher. It's a publishing organization. Okay, plain and simple. On the website, let me pull the website up here. Okay, so you're about to see my screen as it is. Look to the left here. Okay. I mean, you can look at my notes here, but focus on here, what's on the left here, because this is the website I want you to look at. WikiLeaks.org or .com, both work. So submitting content. When you say if you're a government employee and you are a corporation employee to some large corporation, you see something that's really corrupt, really bad, and you just morally feel like you have to let the public know this, but you're like, oh my God, they might kill me, or I might lose my job. WikiLeaks provides these people with an outlet to publish this anonymously. So every single page, no matter what page you click on, leaks, I'm going to show you about, partners, news, no matter what, the one thing that's constant is the submit button here. This is where you can go to submit stuff, and it gives you instructions. But we're not going to worry about that right now. Okay. Some important things to mention. No staff member from WikiLeaks will ever claim to be authorized to receive sensitive information from anyone outside of this specific contact system, with the exception of Julian Assange. Now, right now, Julian Assange is literally not even being given information of his case. He's currently in Belmarsh prison, awaiting extradition, and they're not even letting him have his contact with his lawyers to see the key evidences to defend himself. So that was another factor of why I wanted to start WikiHunter, because we're losing time and we're losing our free speech. And if people don't understand that, they need to. So, okay. Supporters, what you can do to help other than donating, you can go to their WikiLeaks shop. The link is right here. It's https shop.wikileaks.org/donate. That's donate. Okay, volunteers. It says on the website they often look for volunteers to help with design, translations, and a number of other things. You can email them at volunteers@wikileaks.org. Make sure to state your skill set, languages that you speak, and how much time you have available and what you would like to assist with. Then they have a partners section, and now this is not saying that everything that these organizations publish is something that they can vouch for, but they do work with them to publish content that they know to be true, that they've verified. So I love RT. I'm not really a big fan of some of these, but the point is they're part of the media, and the way that you correct bad speech is with more speech. So I love that they work with people, work with organizations to get this content out. And if they, they've called out The Guardian too, and I believe The Guardian's on here. And okay, let's go to the leaks page. Click on the leaks right up here on the top left, and it has it divided between intelligence, global economy, international politics, corporations, government, and war and military. And then you can click and go to each one specifically Or, let me go back to the main page. Go to the main page, you click WikiLeaks, click this image. And it has some on the front that are featured, like most recent ones, or ones that you feel like you should check out. Then when you go to the leaks page up here on the left, on the top left, this is a page that shows all of everything they've published, and it's in order, I believe, yeah, in order all the way. I think it's like 70. There's like 70 of them, all the way from 2007. Now, I think they opened in 2006, but I think they really started publishing stuff in 2007. So we'll go through all of these one by one. It may not be in this order, but I'm going to go through this in this whole series one by one, and we're going to talk about what I found to be the most important of each. So how to search. When I search, let me move my mouse here. When I search, you can search with the email ID, with keywords like the person's name, or their email, or if you have a link, you could just type in. You could even go to Google if you had an email ID number. If you knew like whatever you wanted to look up was email ID 1489, you could go to Google, type in WikiLeaks email ID 1489, and most likely it'll come up. So we're going to just show and tell here. So say I want to look up Brian Fallon. Now, if you're watching this and you haven't gone to WikiLeaks before, go to WikiLeaks with me in real time and try this out. Try out the advanced search. Learn how to use it. They have different ways that you can search all of the words, the exact phrase, any of the words, or exclude these words and kind of narrow down. You can even narrow it down by the date. I never do because I don't know it that well. If you can search by the date, then, more power to you. Okay, so the name Brian Fallon comes up. So say if I wanted to look it up exactly exactly his name, Brian Fallon, because it might come up, Brian Fallon and Brian and then a different person. So exact words, exact phrase, hit search. Okay. So then here it shows you the subcategories. Let's do Podesta emails. Click that. We want to search just the Podesta emails. Okay, then it'll show you. You can change it relevant, release date, oldest to newest, document date, newest first, oldest first. We'll just do it just to show you, and then it refreshes as soon as you change it. Let's do relevance. Relevance is normally the best. Okay. So say if I want to I don't normally do it like this. If I'm typing in the number, I normally just type in the number from Google, but let's see. Hold on, my 1089. See, if I have the number, this is what I do. Out of creature of habit here. There we go, and it's easiest for me this way. And then at the top, of course, like any email, it tells you who's involved, who was the sender, who was the recipient, and it's just reading their emails. It's pretty interesting. One of the most important things about if you're reading the WikiLeaks DNC emails, Clinton emails, Hillary emails, is understanding how they work, who they work with. There's a lot of incriminating stuff in there, but there's also a lot of stuff that seems mundane. But you'll get a full picture of how these corrupt people work, how they communicate, how they manipulate their constituents, how they pull the strings to other mainstream media frauds, like a lot of mainstream media news work with these people one-on-one to create narratives that help them, that protect them, that cover up their crimes, that distract people, that pit us against each other. So I really want to encourage you guys to check WikiLeaks.org, learn how to use it, and I'll go through it with you. I'm going to probably do one of these a week, maybe more if I can get the time. And we're going to go through these, all the things that I've already researched and documented. We're going to go through all of it. I hope this clarified some things for you, and share this out to people if they, are slandering Julian or slandering WikiLeaks, and they don't know that they've been lied to. So hey, share this video, share Become Ungovernable, and I'll see you guys later.